I think there's some very good individual stuff today. You know, one or two very good individual bits of play. I just would have preferred to see a little bit more team play. I felt we did a bit more in the second half than we did in the first. When we flexed, we were clearly a long way ahead of them. But flex our muscles in kind of fits and starts. We've got to be more consistent than that. But nevertheless, it is hard to get yourself playing those things. But I think it's about getting those skills disciplined. Do you know what I mean? Like not throwing the ball away and keeping the ball in contact and not forcing the pass. And that I think is fairly key at the moment. But we're getting there. There were some good tries. There's some very good tries, and there was some, as I say, there were some very good individual bits and pieces. I would have preferred to see more of a team. I want to see a more constant, relentless scenario than a fits and starts effort, which I felt was there today. When we played in the starts bit, there was some very good stuff. When we were in the fits bit, it was pretty poor.
But it was good to get a chance to run the ball.
Great chance. Great for that.
Could do.
I mean, everything pitched up beautifully was in that respect. The weather, the opposition, and everything else. And the other thing when you play opposition like that, it can be difficult because they just spent all season defending, so they're going to become quite good at it, I suspect. And they were for 20 minutes. They defended very well. They filtered back well, and they did a good job in that respect. But as the game progressed, you could see they were just running out. Your confidence is such a big thing for players, isn't it? Whitey had a good game again individually. He's a good prospect. Just got to keep his shape. Darren, obviously, as usual, was a threat to them at all times. I think we've managed to progress a number of young players in the squad, and that's given us more depth. I mean, you only have to look at how many players we have currently out of the side, if you like, to recognise that we now have a fair bit of depth and some players we're quite comfortable to bring in. So I think that's been the big plus of the season, and we've had some good performances through the season, notably, obviously Fylde in the first game was a good win, because we did comfortably win that game. And whilst we might have lost the ultimate battle with them, if you like, but I still think I would have taken greater heart from some of the things we did in those games than they did, perhaps. So I think there's been some pluses there. I think our scrummaging's been, by and large, ironically, now there's something ironic, up to today's game, our scrummage has been the best scrummage in the league. And today we were actually out-scrummaged. It's quite bizarre, isn't it? But we actually have out-scrummaged everyone. But it has been a plus of the season, definitely, big plus. Riggers has been a very big plus. It's come on, big, So that there's an area we need to obviously continue that development. I'm pleased with his performances this year. I think we've got some good young backs and some good young players generally coming through. It's now a case of keeping that squad moving on, because as long as the squad keeps moving on, we're going to win something. It's just a matter of time when we can put that consistency together. I think as well, we start next season with a bigger, stronger squad. I think that will kind of push it further down the line, if you know what I mean. That because of the competition element in there.
Have you got everybody signed up, apart from Richard, obviously?
Well, we're in the process of doing that, but certainly the word on the street. The thing now, it's perhaps less of a worry in the sense that most clubs now are feeling the financial pinch of things. The credit crunch is obviously there as well. So I think the whole kind of thing now is making life a little easier in that respect as well. Players realise that that isn't going to be what wins the day, and they'll want to stay where they've got mates and they've got a feeling they're being developed. And I think that we have got that here. We've got a pretty good structure. We've got a structure for the next set of fellas to come through as well. So I think people will continue to support that. So I think those sort of things are big things that we've developed really. It's been an okay season with some very good bits in it. Certainly not a disappointing season in terms of, but there comes a stage now in the next year or so we've got to actually start flagging a few ticks.